Hey dudes and chicks, and neither if those rules don't apply to you, welcome to Makeup for Lost Time. My name is Katie. In today's video, I'm going to be doing 3 looks with the Flight Club palette by Menagerie Cosmetics. The color story looks like this. And you guys know I love a good pink and purple palette. So if you're interested in seeing how I got these looks or hearing my final thoughts on the palette, then just hang out. Okay, I'm gonna start with my Voldemorphy JH40, and I'm gonna go into the color Flying Fox, and I'm just gonna place that in my outer V and start dragging it along through my crease. Ooh, I'm actually gonna bring this in a little further. A little further. And I'm just tapping this on into the inner corner. And blending that outer edge to get rid of the harsh line. Not too much though. Dang, that looks awesome. I almost don't even want to put a shimmer on it. That is fucking pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna use the P. Louise Worldy number 115, and I'm gonna go into the color Squeak. And I'm just going 50% on and 50% off. And back in with the Voldemorphy JH40 into the color Flying Fox. And I'm just gonna start. And into the color Squeak. With this flat shadow brush, I'm going to go into the color Flying Fox, and I'm going to drag that along my lower lid. And into the color Squeak with my P. Louise Worldy number 115. And back with my Voldemorphy JH number 40. And with my Voldemorphy JH 41, I'm going to apply NYX Glitter Primer. I think I'm just going to go about halfway because I love that color Flying Fox so much. And with my Beely flat shadow brush, I'm going to go into the color After Dark. I could definitely do with the black in here. I'm going to use my Bitter Lace Beauty Kaleidoscope Glow Pressed Highlighter in Luster to highlight my inner corner. Just going to give it a little spritzy poo. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, fuck, dude. I'm just going light with it. I'm just going to keep this super simple. I'm going to go finish the rest of my face and I'll be back when I'm done. So this is the manifesto, the pièce de résistance. I use my Rouge and Rogue eye wigs in Slayer and my Arthurine blush palette in the color, I'm just gonna, if I look down, it's because I'm making sure that my camera's not going out of focus. I used my Arthurine blush palette by Menagerie Cosmetics in the shade, god damn it. No, that's not the shade. Dog Rose. And I kind of did something different. I took my blush only to here today, and it's the first time I've done that in a really long time. So I really like the way it looks. I think it makes me look a little bit sexier and a little bit more like raw, like a little more fierce and a little more, I don't know, just a little less cute and a little more fierce. I used my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Liner eye pencil in Alkaline on my waterline, and I used my Dose of Colors in Bury Me. And I used my Bitter Lace Beauty Kaleidoscope Glow pressed highlighter in the color Luster as my highlighter, and I just did it really faintly. I didn't go all in on this one. So yeah, I fucking love this look. I love this color, and what I love a lot about it is that it was so fucking easy. I love this shimmer. The duochrome shift in this shimmer is like, gets me hot. So this was look number 1, and let's just get into look number 2. Me and this palette need to be alone. Just kidding. Or am I? So I'm going to start with my Wayne Goss number 19, and I'm going to go into the color Sky Puppy. And I'm just going to place that in my outer V and start blending it in through my crease. Oh my god, I think this is fucking beautiful. Good lord. Oh my, I need to stop talking. Now I'm going to use my Made by Mitchell ME3, and I'm going to go into the color A Little Baddie. And I'm just going to start packing this on, 50% on and 50% off. Ooh, that just blended really nicely, like right into nothing. And then back in with the Wayne Goss number 19 into Sky Puppy. And then with my Kaleidos S3, I'm going to go into the color Wingin' It and try to, just maybe tone this down a little. Gray it up a little, actually, is more like what I want to do. Not tone it down, just make it a little less cheery. I really like the way that this shadow is like dimensional in itself. If you guys can see that perfect shadow right there, and then as it blends out, I like this color a lot. I wish I would have used it alone. I'm going to bring this in a little further. Man, I fucking really like that color Wingin' It. Shit. I mean, I really like the color Sky Puppy too, and I knew they kind of weren't going to go together, but I really like the feel of that inner corner, just like all fucking zombie and shit. I'm going to run Sky Puppy along my lower lash line with my Wayne Goss number 19. I'm going to take that color Wingin' It, and I'm going to use that to blend this out. You guys know what I'm doing. Trying to give myself a black eye. Okay, I'm going to put on NYX Glitter Primer with my P. Louise Cut Crease brush. And with my Zoeva 234, I'm going to go into the color Fruity Feast. And then with the other side, I'm going to go into the color Hanging Out. Just because basically I'm just using all the colors for you guys. These shimmers are fucking something else. And then I'm going to use my Beely pencil brush, and I'm going to go into the color After Dark, which was actually the color I was going to use to begin with, but I'm going to give it a little spritzy poo. I'm gonna take this Zoeva 230 and I'm just gonna pull this a little more blent. Pulled out a little more blent. I'm gonna use my Jessup 231 and I'm gonna go into the color Nocturnal and I'm gonna use that for my inner corner highlight. I think that mix of blue and purple will pull together this cool tone and this like warmer purple really nicely. I wanted to see what would happen if I tried this without a spray. Can I let it go? I'm going to take a pencil brush and I'm going to dip that into Nocturnal, my Kaleidos S5, and I'm going to give it a spray because I want that spread to be nice like that, but I just want a little more right there. And then I'm going to take my Wayne Goss number 16. It's just a big fatty. And I'm just going to give this a swift blendy poo all the way around. I think that'll do her. I'm gonna go finish my face and I'll be back when I'm done. So this is the finished look number 2. I think it looks really good. I just want to let you guys know that I did end up going in and adding some of my ABH Noir on the outer V to deepen up the crease. There just wasn't enough dimension for me to be like happy with this look. So I just added some black and that like cleared it right up. I used the color Bearberry in the Arthurine palette by Menagerie for my blush. I mixed the Kaleidoscope Glow highlighter in Luster Whimsical together. It's one of them's more of a bluey purple and one of them's more of a pinky purple, and I mixed them together as my highlighter. And then I used just the color Luster on my Cupid's bow and the middle of my lip. I used my liquid lip from Pretty Zombie Cosmetics in the color 3 Witches. I used my Rouge and Rogue eye wigs in Electra, and I used my Urban Decay Glide On eye pencil in the color Woodstock. It's this pink in my waterline. Yeah, so I love this look. I think it looks great. I did need to add the black. It didn't look as good to me before I did that. And you guys know I love a good pink and purple, so I put the pink in my waterline and it looks so cute. So anyways, let's get on to look number 3. I'm gonna go in with my alter ego number 1 and I'm gonna start with the color Flighty. I'm placing this on the outer V and the inner corner, and I'm just packing that. I really like this brush for that. And now I'm going to use my Wayne Goss number 20, and I'm going to go into the color Wingin' It. And I'm just going to start packing this 50% on and 50% off. And now back with my alter ego number 1. I'm going to go back into Flighty and I'm just going to start building up these colors how I want them. I'm using my Beely brush that's like my Zoeva 227, and I'm going to go into the color Wingin' It, and I'm going to try to feather this out. With my Voldemorphe JH42, this little tiny, I'm going to just mimic this on the lower lid. And Wayne Goss number 20, I'm going to take Wingin' It and blend that out. My Beely brush, I'm going to blend that. And then my NYX glitter primer with my Kaleidos S4. Oops, I went too high. Shit. And my Zoeva 232. I'm going to go into the color Hanging Out, which is the only color I haven't really used yet. Okay, I'm gonna use my Jessup 237 and I'm gonna go into the color Fruity Feast along my brow bone. And I'm gonna use that and to kind of just blend this out. And I'm gonna use this Alter Ego #1 with no additional product and a little bit of additional product. And into winging it with my Beely, my Moda Pro BMX 402. I'm gonna go into the color Hanging Out, that shimmer. I'm going back into the Fruity Feast. I'm gonna use that for my inner corner. And then I'm gonna use my ABH Noir with my Made by Mitchell ME2. Okay, I'm gonna go finish the rest of my face and I'll be back when I'm done. So this is the finished look #3. I used my Rouge and Rogue eye wigs in Electra. I used so much shit. I used 3 liners. I used my NYX Slide On Glide On All Day Hard On in Platinum in the center. I used my Milk Makeup gel liner in Boss on the outsides, outer corner, inner corner. And then I mixed the color Vivid, my LA Girl, with this platinum to do the center to give it like a purple but like still be a little metallic to kind of match. I just wasn't in love with the options that I have. I really need a metallic purple. I really want the NYX Slide On Glide On All Day Hard On purple metallic, but I just haven't got around to buying it. Then I used my Arthurine blush palette and I used the color Blueberry. I used my Black Moon Cosmetics Moonlighter in Cat Shark. It's the purple one. And then it was a little bit casty, so over the top of it, I used my Norns Mesmerizer in Veil of Future. It's the purple and gold one. I used it to kind of warm it up because it looked a little bruisey over the top of the Blueberry blush. I looked a little bruisey. So my final thoughts on this palette are, love the shadows. I love the fucking shadows. They're great quality. They blend really good. I love all the colors individually. I feel like this color story, it's not that cohesive, and I'm gonna tell you why. So I feel like all of these shimmers are beautiful, beautiful. I do wish that there was a different color besides this one. I feel like this is not lackluster by any stretch, but it's kind of a common color. And so these ones, the shifts are beautiful. This color right here is necessary. It's a necessary color. So here's the thing. These 2 shimmers right here are darker, or yeah, they're darker than the darkest color in here. And so I didn't have anywhere to go with this palette except to add black. I had to add black. Now, I could have added another purple from another palette, but I feel like I didn't have a deep enough shade to make it deep enough for these shimmers. And so after I used this and this, so this right here is a super blue shadow. And so basically I felt like it didn't really go with any of these colors. I love all these colors individually, and I love this, and this combination. This shadow right here is fucking beautiful. Like, and this color right here, so good. But I also felt like I didn't really, this color right here looks like it'll blend this out, but it won't, because this is a really, it's very cool. It's a grayish pink purple. So you guys remember when I put it on my inner corner and I thought it was going to be one color, but it was actually very blueberry. And so like blueberry, like this shade right here that I have on my cheeks. So I love the palette. I love the color story. I just feel like it is missing at least 3 colors. And Or they could have split this up. Like it could have been 2 6-pan palettes, but together it just didn't really work that well. Now, what I want to say is if you take the Lucky Bunny Greed palette, this one, because I had some of my subscribers say that they were just going to stick with the Greed palette because it was like the same. It's nothing the same. This is actually like, I'm not saying as far as the quality of the shadows, I actually don't really know. I haven't compared them. They look like they could be similar, but this is actually, this right here is a very complete color story, and it has these like deepening shades that are, and this like cool tone right here. And so I want to kind of try to use these two together because I feel like these two together would really make a great, they seem like really compatible and like they'd really complement each other in all the ways. So I don't think that the Greed palette has as good of shimmers, the quality of the shimmers, but I really like the colors of the shimmers. They're like more pinky. And so I don't know, I kind of want, if you guys are interested in seeing me like do a look with these like teamed up, because I feel like these two palettes together make one complete, a really complete. Honestly, the Lucky Bunny one is complete by itself, but it doesn't have shimmers like this has shimmers. And also like, oh, the other thing I wanted to say is these colors right here are like so vibrant and like amazing, and like they're hidden. The actual color, the pigment, the shade of these is like really vibrant and beautiful and unique in themselves. They blend beautifully. They're great. I mean, these fucking purples are amazing. So I'm not complaining about the palette or the shadows. I just think that the color story could have been a little more cohesive. And I did find myself really struggling to come up with the third look. And in the end, I just had to add black. So I'm willing to add black. I'm totally happy to add black. I just felt like I was, I couldn't give you guys 3 looks without adding a deeper shade to get these colors deeper than what these two shimmers were. If I couldn't use this shade at all. I didn't have anywhere to go with this one. And so I don't know how other people felt about this, but I felt like the only where I had to go was if I used this color and that. So I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I had blender's block. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell because you can't wait to see what happens next. Hit the like button if you like these looks, or if you just like my sparkling personality and my boyish charm. And hang out with me in the comments because I fucking love it. Also, my mouth isn't as bad on my 3 looks videos as it is normally, but if you had a hard time listening to my mouth, then go check me out on Instagram because I'm a lot quieter on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. You could have been anywhere, but you were here spending your precious, valuable time with me, and I totally appreciate you. Later.